Hey, what's up, everybody? Chris Altamirano here. That's my cool little signature from ViaMaverick.com, Internet Marketing Strategies at Work. And in this little segment, we're going to be talking about network marketing lead generation. Right? And the reason that we're going to be talking about this is because a lot of network marketers, I know that if you are watching this video and you are a network marketer, that you're looking to get, more leads, and you're looking to get obviously more sales, and sales is the same equivalent as, getting people back into your business opportunity. And network marketing lead generation, the traditional way, I mean, it went a little something like this. And you're definitely going to be able to relate to this. You'll see you get started in the business, right? And then let's see, you're going to go and get your warm market list, right? So warm market, this is like friends and family. All right, wow, that looks really bad. So this is warm market, right? That means like grandma, your friends, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your brothers and sisters. And then you have your cold market, right? And this means, going out and prospecting. And I know all about this, guys. I did this when I was like 18 years old, and it sucked. I'm glad I was 18 when I started, because I kind of got used to eventually having people tell me no, and it eventually just became numb to me that I just had no problem asking people. But it takes a lot of time. There's not much leverage in that. So then you get your cold market, and then you go and you get your prospects. You build your list, and then you start. What do? You start cold calling, right? Setting people up. Getting them to see the opportunity, right? Or as we used to call it, show the plan. But the reason that all of this fails, guys, for the most part, I mean, it works, but the reason that it fails is because there's no leverage. There's absolutely no leverage in this. And the reason that I say that is because it takes so long. I mean, everybody's saying like, yeah, hey, you get 5 people, and then this person gets 5, and then this person gets 5, and then their 3 get 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. And if you've been in an opportunity-based company, you know that this is absolutely not true, because what happens is you get 5, right, and then 3 of them fall off, and so now you have 2, and those 2 people only work part-time, and one of them gets 1, the other one gets maybe 2, and then this person, one of them dies off, and then this person dies off, and then so these 2 are like your new babies and stuff. So you take care of these 2 people, and then they get 2, and then this person just quits, and now another one quits, and now you're back to square one, and there's no residuals because everybody just stops buying products, which means less money, more work, right? And it sucks. Like, it sucks big time. But if you are looking for network marketing lead generation, and we'll just give it a little acronym, we'll call it NMLG. If this is what you're looking for right here, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it with multiple ways using the internet. And there are tons of courses out there, guys. And I highly advise that you go out there and you buy some type of internet marketing course that shows you how to generate leads, because ultimately that is where the eyes are now, guys. There's eyes, right? And everybody is looking right up here at the internet. That's really terrible. But that's where everybody's looking. Nobody's looking at billboards anymore. Everybody's has their head in their phones. I mean, you are watching this video right now on the internet, right? You're not going out and prospecting and you happen to run into somebody that just happens to know a ton about network marketing. They're like, hey, yeah, let me show you everything. Like, no, this is the internet. And I could have filmed this video months ago or today or yesterday, and you are still watching it. It is that powerful. And so that's why we're going to use the internet. So let's get into exactly, what we're going to use. There are some fundamentals that you got to understand. And the first thing is that you need to get traffic, right? And so traffic is essentially, not cars, but traffic is essentially just people coming to your website, right? So that's traffic. People coming to your website. Now, so let's say this is your website right here. Right? This is your website. You need people coming right back to here, right? Well, all these arrows represent different platforms that can do that for you, right? But the one that we most commonly know of is the search engine that we use is Google, right? And so Google is like the #1 trusted search engine in the world, and everybody uses it. You might have used it to even find this video. That was a form of traffic. You use Google, right, to get to this video, right? So now we're gonna touch on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a bunch of different things. And so the first thing that you can actually use to get traffic back to your website is this website right here, YouTube, right? And so YouTube is awesome because you can just film a quick video, talk about something of value, right? You want to make your video compelling, right? It needs to be of some value, right? And value meaning it entertains, it informs, or it asks a question, right? Or maybe it even causes controversy, right? Or it sparks an interest, right? And last but not least, it leaves questions, right? It's mysterious, right? Like you hint at something, but you never really tell them. And so, these are all different ways. However you are going to create your video, you can do it with YouTube. You just create a video, you upload it to YouTube. Very simple, very easy to do. Now, what you'll see right below this YouTube video, if you are watching this on YouTube or if you are watching it on the ViaMaverick blog, you're going to see that here's my video, right? Right? If you're watching it on YouTube, and then they have all these related videos right here on the side, video, 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 video. And then you have a little description right here, right? But you'll see right here that in this description, there's a link, right? Little play button. And hey, there's me, right? So you'll see in the video that right below it, there's a link. Now that link, it'll point back to your website, right? So you're probably wondering, okay, Chris, like I get it. YouTube, you can use YouTube as one way to, put out some content out there and put the link in your description, and then you tell people to go to your website, right? But then what happens? Well, what's going to happen is you're going to want to send them to what's called a lead capture page, right? And this is basically the nuts and bolts of generating, network marketing leads online. You need to send them to this lead capture page right here. Now, there's a couple of ways you can actually do that, and right now we're just talking about YouTube, but essentially all a lead capture page is, and you've probably seen a page just like this. It's like, here's the web page, right? And then you have, maybe you see a video right here, and then you see some, like bullet point 1, bullet point 2, bullet point 3, and these are all just like a list of benefits. And then right here on the right hand side is maybe you have like a testimonial, and then you have a little free report, and all it says right here is, hey, put your name and email. Boom. That's it. That's a lead capture page. The entire purpose of this page is to capture an email. That's it. That is absolutely all that page is for, right? You might even see a page, that's just one example of how a page could look like. Another page could just simply be, here's your web page, and it's pretty much just like, say they have some nice pretty background or just a blank background, and it's just a box, right? All it's a box, and it has some compelling headline like, see how I made X amount of dollars in this amount of time with this one silly secret, right out here at the top. And then right here, all it says is there's a big button right here that says get instant access, and it's just right here, enter your email, right? And that's all the purpose of this page is to capture an email. And that is it, right? So there's two ways you can do that. Now you can either offer, just, something on the other side of the page, right? So you can offer, something on the other side of the page. I always write my F's like a P. That's weird. Anyways, so you can offer something on the other side of the page. You can offer a free report, right? Such as an ebook. Or you can offer like a free audio. Maybe you recorded some type of audio and you want somebody to have it, and that is the value that you're giving in exchange for the email, because you don't ever just want to ask for the email and just like, hey, give me your email so I can spam your inbox. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. You need to give something of exchange in value. And so even the top one right up here, something on the other side, that is something of value because you're going to give them, say, like a free video on the other side of the page, right? And then they watch that video and they get a lot of value, and then you can take them to whatever. But you basically always need to give value, right? So this last one, this is free audio. Or maybe you're even going to say, hey, let's do a free coaching call. Free coaching call. Right? So those are all different things, but when it really comes down to it, guys, it's all about value. That is what you have to give to the person who is entering their email, because nobody wants to be spammed in they're giving away personal information. So you always want to be able to, deliver on that value right there. So the first way you could do that is YouTube. But now that you kind of understand where you're actually going to be sending this traffic, because remember, it's revolving around traffic and then leads, right? You're going to get those leads once you give somebody something of value, and then ultimately you're going to make sales, right? Or put people back into your opportunity so you can close them. Now, that is basically it. It comes down to that. So now we're going to talk about the other platforms that you can actually get traffic from. So here again is now instead of just website, we'll call it your lead capture page. And so now that traffic needs to be coming in, well, now we already know that we have YouTube. You film a video, put the link in your description. Even in your video, give the person watching the video a call to action. Tell them where to go, what to do, and what they're going to get. Always give a clear call to action. Be very, very concise and very specific with what you want your viewer to do. The next thing you can do, and this is actually it's a process to develop, but it actually is very, very much worth your time, is to start a blog, right? Because blogging it's basically contextual marketing. You're going to be able to create context with people and relate to them and share stories and lessons and plans and just share your experiences and really connect with someone and resonate with them. And it's not like the traditional way of marketing where you just shoved your message down somebody's throat. Now it's a two-way conversation. It's a two-way highway. Now you say something, somebody's able to contact you. Like if you didn't like what Coke, when Coke changed their brand or when Coke changed their recipe, and you didn't like it, you couldn't go directly to tell Coke. You had to call them, or you had to complain to someone in the like just within your space, your own circle of influence. But now with a blog, you're able to have a two-way conversation with someone, and so that's really, really powerful. So the same thing with your blog, you can have, just like if you go to ViaMaverick.com, you'll see on the right-hand side that I have an email box, or I have an opt-in box where I can collect emails, and at the end of each blog post, I say, hey, if you enjoyed this post, subscribe to the ViaMaverick email newsletter, where you can get more tips and tricks and internet marketing strategies that work just like this, delivered straight to your inbox. And I'm asking nicely, politely, and I'm saying thank you. And it's really that simple, guys, but it all starts with creating compelling content with the blog, and that does take some time, but it's very much well worth it, right? So now you have a blog, and with the next one, you can actually do paid advertising. Now, paid advertising, there's a bunch of different ways to do that. You can use Facebook ads. You can use, let's see, what else do we have? You can use, I know LinkedIn is a very good business platform to advertise on. LinkedIn is the new one that's coming out really big. They just have a new feature called suggested post. That would be one to check out. The next one that you have is Bing. Bing actually offers really cheap clicks since they're a competitor with Google right now. So you could use Bing, and you could also use Google. Google obviously has more traffic, but even Bing, even though Bing doesn't have as much traffic as Google does, I mean, hundreds of millions of people are still using Bing, so it's still a place that you still want to go check out. Now, these type of ads they vary and they're different, right? But traditionally, Bing and Google, those would be called PPC ads, which stand for pay per click. And that means you're paying, say you have a budget of $10, and you wanted to run an advertising campaign on, say, Bing or Google for a day. Well, you would not pay any money until somebody clicked on one of your advertisements, and then Google and Bing and even LinkedIn and Facebook would take out however much that click was worth. So say you were paying 5 cents a click to bring somebody back, to your lead capture page so you can collect leads, they would take out 5 cents out of that total $10 budget. So it's actually really simple. You do have to do a lot of testing and tweaking to see kind of which ads are working and which ads aren't. But that's pretty much the gist of, Facebook, LinkedIn, Bing, and Google ads. It's all about pay per click, and then you have PPM, which is like pay per impression. So those are the ways that you can advertise with those. The next way you can get traffic back to your lead capture page is by what's called a solo ad, right? And all a solo ad is, say that I had a list of, say, like 10,000 people, and you came to me and you said, hey, Chris, I know you have a big list of emails and prospects and like a high quality list. I need you to send 500 clicks for me. And I would say, okay, John or Jane, it's going to cost you, $350, and I'll have 350 clicks sent to your, lead capture page, by the morning. And so what happened is you would pay me $300, say, and then I would email my list, and we would just track that, and I would enter some of your links that head, again, right back here to your lead capture page right here. And once it reached up about 300 clicks, then I would take off the email, and you got your 300 clicks. And if you got the leads, you got them. If you didn't, you didn't. But that's the thing with paid advertising, more or less, and even any type of lead capture. It's all really a kind of a balance, and it's kind of like blackjack. Like sometimes you win, sometimes you don't, and that's just how it is with advertising. You really just have to keep finding. You have to find that one fishing hole of prospects, right? Because I forgot where I read this, but they said that you need to bait the hook not with what you want. You have to bait the hook with what your prospects want, or even just the consumer. So that's basically how solo advertisement works. The next thing you could also use is, I kind of recently discovered this strategy. It's SoundCloud. Now, SoundCloud is this audio platform, and it's really cool. and you could upload sound clips and stuff. And believe it or not, it is very highly trafficked. They even have an application for it. And a lot of people like to listen to personal development stuff in their cars. So what you could do is you could take some old personal development audios and upload them to SoundCloud. You can even just record your own audios, right? Inspiring audios of the day, etc. And just at the beginning and the end of your audios, just talk and say, "Hey, how's it going? My name is John or Jane, and you can find me over here at www.mywebsite.com. But today I wanted to talk to you about," and then you can proceed with your message. And then at the end, say, "Hey, if you like this audio message, maybe you'll like all my content in here. And then, hey, I actually have a special giveaway for you. It's a free report, and it's over here at www.mywebsite.com. You can go there right now or when you get home out of the car, wherever you're listening to this. Really appreciate it. If you like the audio, share it with your friends. Thanks a lot." So now you just told them, if they really resonated with your message, now they can go to your website right up here, which is a lead capture page, or it is your blog, and they can get more content from you, and eventually they get to a page and you collect an email. Now you're building your list, right? Or you're generating network marketing lead generation, right? Last but not least is, we'll put it up here, got some room. It's podcasting. Now, if you're not familiar with what podcasting is, a podcast is essentially it's an audio MP3 on iTunes. So if you have an iPhone or you are using iTunes, on the left-hand side of iTunes, you can see where it says podcast, and there's just so many different genres and topics of podcasts, from people, talking about cooking food to, auto parts, to marketing, to, types of fishing, to cartoons, to, you name it, karate, ninja stuff, whatever. Like, there's a podcast for it. So you can just hop into whatever space you're into and start a podcast. It does take some time to get the equipment and get stuff together, but you can definitely start a podcast. But if you don't have all the equipment to do that, then I recommend starting off with maybe a SoundCloud. That would probably be best. But when you're ready to step your game up, go with podcasting, because iTunes has the biggest audience ever. I mean, back in the day before iTunes, it was like Windows Media Player that everybody used, and as soon as the mid 2005s came around, iTunes started crushing it, right? Because they started coming up with like their iPod, and Apple just innovated. But podcasting is a great way to get people back to your website or your lead capture page. Again, podcasting can either go back to your blog or back to this lead capture page, but your blog should be optimized to capture leads anyway. So those are the ways that you can capture leads. And, just a few more tips when you do build your list. Here are some big no-nos, right? So let's establish right now that if you use those strategies, you are going to build your list. It's inevitable. You are going to build your list, right? So here are some things to take note of when you do build your list. Don't abuse your list, right? You don't want to be like an 18-year-old guy on prom night and put his hand down a girl's pants who he doesn't even know, right? You need to build trust, right? So don't abuse your list. Build trust, right? Always build trust, and let's put this as well. Over deliver with value, right? Always over deliver. Always give more than what's expected. So over deliver the value. And here's a strategy I like to use. Give, ask, right? And that should be it. Always give before you ask. And that's because your list is going to be your biggest asset, right? Because it allows you to get in contact with your audience without having to wait and hope and wish that they come back to see you. Like, once you have their email, now if you write a new blog post, say, "Hey guys, I wrote this new blog post. I really think you'll enjoy it. Here you go, check it out." Or if you made a new YouTube video, "Hey guys, just made this new YouTube video. Just let me know what you think about it. Here you go." And that's the power of building your email list. And last but not least, no one likes a spammer, right? This is the fastest way. If you start spamming people with your offer and your opportunity, like, hey, check this out. This offer might be for you. This is the greatest opportunity in the world. They've heard it tens of millions of times. And quite honestly, guys, like I said, it's a two-way conversation, and people want to communicate with people, not be, not have a message slammed down their throat. So that is how you build your email list. Those are the ways to have network marketing lead generation. If you enjoyed this video, please go back to ViaMaverick.com, subscribe to the email newsletter, and most importantly, share this video if you liked it, but subscribe to the email newsletter, and come to the blog and say hi. So if you like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the email newsletter. Chris Altamirano here from ViaMaverick.com, Internet Marketing Strategies that Work, and we will talk to you soon, and we will see you over at the blog.